Looking for cheap and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins? Head on over to u4gm.com, Madden NFL 21 coins, and use code SPORTS for 5% off your order. Guys, Duke back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 21 tip, we're going to break down an unstoppable money play and some great passing concepts that you guys are going to want to use on offense to win more games in Madden 21. These are going to be some unguardable route combos that can beat any defense, any coverage out there, and I'm going to break it down for you guys here. You can implement this into really any playbook you use. I'm going to be looking at the Las Vegas Raiders playbook, the gun bunch tight end. I personally run the Raiders playbook on offense. I think it's the best offensive playbook in the game right now, once again, just like last year. And if you guys are struggling on offense or defense in Madden 21, be sure to check out sportsgamers.com. We got the best Madden 21 tips and ebooks. We actually have an offensive domination guide out that covers the Raiders book, a defensive domination guide out that covers the Patriots book. Man, we got some fire for y'all. Defensive line, A-gap nanos, unblockable, 4, 3, 4, 5-man rushes. We got the Madden Vault weekly tip membership where we post 4 to 6 tips every week. Some premium content, guys. If you like the YouTube channel, you will love it. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and smash that like button. It really does help us out a lot. So, without further ado, the play I want to look at is the PA boot over. So you can run this against any coverage out there, and you're going to dominate them. So what I like to do is streak the tight end, block the running back, slant the slot receiver, and put this inside receiver that's on the drag. Excuse me. One more time. I like to streak the tight end. So what I like to do on this play, so the setup I like to run on this play is pretty simple. I block the running back, I streak the tight end, I slant the outside receiver, and I flat the receiver that's right here, Treadwell, that's on the inside. Okay, so I like to have my two best receivers as the slot and the outside receiver. I motion the slant over, and I snap the ball when he takes about 2 to 3 steps past the tight end. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this slant is basically unguardable. They're going to have to user it. If you want to lowball it, as I did there, you guys can see that even when hook zones look like they're in the area, they will never guard it. Because what happens is the flat, he's going to pull these guys to the outside, and then underneath, like I said, even if you shade a hook zone down, it's not going to stop it. You can throw it at any point, really, against any sort of different defense out there. It doesn't matter. It also will do good against man. This is a really simple and easy read. Only way to guard it is to user it. What makes this play so good is you also have this crosser working with the streak, and that's always going to be an opportunity for that to get open too. Okay, guys, so let's say that they user your slant, right? They play the same defense and they user the slant. That's fine. We can just wait for the crossing route to get open. So like right here, let's say that they just stay at home on their linebacker underneath, so you can't throw the slant. They're just sitting there. Throw this crossing route just like this. It's open all day long. So that's very easy to do, and this will work against any coverage out there. That was cover 2. You guys can take a look at the replay. Once again, you'll see that the crossing route is going to clear the cloud flat, and our streak, in case they have a deep zone, will take that defender away, and it's just going to be a very easy read for us, right? Pretty simple. So now let's look at man-to-man coverage. So typically in man-to-man, you're going to see that they're going to play with 2 purples a lot of times and then just sit on the other safety and kind of just sit over in the middle of the field. And if I see man coverage, I do everything the same except for I leave Treadwell on his little crosser, because what that does is he'll get open over the middle of the field quick. But also, if there's a purple zone on the side of the field over here, where the crosser is going to be run, he's going to occupy it. As you guys can see, that crosser is going to toast man-to-man with a good receiver especially, but really it doesn't even have to be that great of a receiver. As long as he's got some speed, he's going to get wide open against man coverage. So you guys can see here, my slant is also open for an easy read. This crosser could have been open, but really, this guy was just naked right here. Now, taking a look at that one more time, if you guys notice, the slant, like I could have thrown it right here, but I wouldn't have got a ton of yards because the purple is right there. So sometimes, and you guys can see here, the crosser is just literally just wide open. If I want to, I can actually keep the flat even against man coverage because the purple zone will have to go guard the flat, and then the slant route will be even more open for a huge yardage. So that's another thing I'll do from time to time. So like, let's say again, we got something like this right here. Sometimes, even though like the flat won't really get open against man, I'll literally just keep the flat just for the purpose of, drawing the purple zone out so that my slant route has more room to work with as it comes across the middle, just like that, as you guys can see. Easy read. So they have to guard both the crosser and the slant because purples won't stop either of them. So obviously one is always going to be open at all times. Now let's look at cover 3. Cover 3, same setup. Like it's always the same setup. It's super easy, and that's why I love this play. You always have the same reads no matter what they're doing. You have the same reads. So again here, do the streak to the tight end, the slant to Ridley, block the running back, and you want to put the circle receiver, which is Treadwell on the inside, you want to put him on a quick flat route. So now that Treadwell's on the flat, we're going to motion the slant over and make sure you snap the ball right when he passes the tight end, just like this. So you guys can see, that's always going to be a simple read for you guys. That slant is unguardable unless they user it. Now, I said that shading down doesn't even work. Well, take a look at this. We're going to shade down, and you're going to see the same thing. It's going to still be open. And also, keep in mind, if they shade down, obviously at that point, you still can throw the crossing route. So even if it looks like it's tight coverage on this motion slant route, it really isn't. You can just you can just throw the low ball just like that. And even though I got hit, I still was able to get the completion off, even though it wasn't that most accurate pass. Now keep in mind, if they shade down, or even if they shade up, let's shade up right here. That crossing route is still going to be there unless they use or guard it. Now the great thing about the crosser is it forces them essentially to use zone drops, or they have to user it. So if they're going to go ahead, and we'll do zone drop next, they're going to go ahead and do zone drop to try to stop the crosser and then stay underneath to guard the slant. That's not even going to work either. But again, look, the crosser's just wide open because we have the flat. That's what makes this play so good, is flats are really, really hard to stop on this year's game. So if you're going to go ahead and do something like this, where you're going to put let's say we put our flat zones on 25, right? So that then we sit back and we got that on 25. We're going to sit back and stop the slant route ourselves. Hey, no problem. We can just throw to the flat. So here, they might do something like this and then just try to guard the slant route themselves. It's not going to matter, because if they do that, all we have to do is just throw to the flat route. So here's our setup. We streak the tight end, block the running back, flat the circle receiver, which is Treadwell, and do the motion slant. So if you ever see them messing with their zone drops to where you see those flat zones dropping back super far, no problem. Just throw that little flat route, and it's going to get you, it's a free 10 or so yards, maybe even more. The thing that makes this so good is that, yes, they could sit underneath and try to stop your slant, and then they might could change their zone drops to try to stop the deep pass to the crosser. But if they do that, as you guys can see, we're starting at about, the 43, 44? If we throw into the flat, turn upfield, we get to about there, 40, 46 yard line. So that's just easy yardage. That's something we can do all day long. And that's the other great thing about this play, is if they blitz us, we have quick reads with the flat and the slant, so we don't have to wait for the deep crosser. This is a route concept that you can apply to many formations. You want to find a deep route, such as a crosser, that they have to defend. And then the slant flat combo is super good because the flat not only opens up the slant, but the flat itself is a threat if they start adjusting their zone drops and they don't have a hard flat out there, or just a flat zone that's going to sit down underneath. So hope you guys enjoyed this tip.